Hey, what's going on? Aaron Chen here. Hope you're doing well. If you're watching this video right now, you might be checking out this website here called Latium. Okay, now Latium is basically a freelance website, and I'm going to review Latium to show you if this is a great way for you to make some extra money on the side, 100% online. All right. Now I've reviewed some other freelancing websites, but this one is a very interesting website. This is the only freelancing website where they also pay in cryptocurrency, right? So they can pay you out in US dollars, and they can also pay you out in some crypto, some of the biggest cryptos actually. So Ethereum, Bitcoin, they've got their own crypto called Work, right? And basically the way it works is you can literally come on here and join for free, all right? And the way that it will work is if you wanted to become a freelancer, okay, basically you would post your gig, you would sell your gig, and then you would get paid in either USD or the cryptos that they have, okay? Now, some of the services that you can, create inside of the platform are things like, graphic design, digital marketing, writing and translation, video animation, music and audio, programming and tech. So if you're a bit more tech savvy and you're a coder or you're a programmer, software engineer, you can do things like that. But you can also do things like lifestyle, So there are people that do some lifestyle jobs. For example, they can teach in different languages. I mean, look, this person teaches Urdu in on Latium, which is pretty cool, Look at this, I will help you find YouTube gaming channels competition for you to start, right? I'll help you practice English. I mean, there's all sorts of different, jobs that people are starting up here. But of course, not every single one of them, even though they're here, not everybody takes them up on those jobs, okay? Some of the other interesting jobs that you can check out as well are things like translation, helping you find a field of law. You can be a virtual assistant. So you don't necessarily have to have amazing skills in order to freelance your skill set on a platform like Latium. Okay, so if you're thinking, I don't know how to do graphic design, so I can't do logos, I don't have any marketing experience, so I can't do any marketing online, you don't necessarily need those, because you can become a virtual assistant, for example. You can become a social media manager without necessarily having that much experience in that particular area. You could teach someone your own mother tongue, your own language, and you don't necessarily need to be experienced a language teacher, if that makes sense, right? So there's a lot of different things that you can do, okay? So very cool in that sense, where you can offer all sorts of different types of freelance opportunities for people to buy and purchase, right? In terms of the pricing, there's all sorts of different pricing, but it basically starts at $5. And it can go up to hundreds of dollars. So you'll see that people charge anywhere from $5 to $50 to $100 to $500 to $800. It just depends on what the service is that you're offering, okay? Now, how does this actually work? So if you wanted to become a freelancer and you wanted to post your services on Latium, is it free or do they charge you? Okay, so this is the way it works. If you wanted to come on here, you would be able to post 5 jobs for free. Okay, so if you were just getting started today and you're like, Aaron, maybe I want to make a little bit of money on a platform like Latium, then you could come here, you could join and create a free account, all right? And you can post 5 jobs for free. Now, beyond 5 jobs, you're going to have to become what's called a registered, profile, okay? It's going to cost you $12 US to become a registered profile. So you could do that if you wanted to, completely up to you, right? That's optional, but you're not going to be able to post for free if you're not a registered individual, right? And when you're a registered profile, your profile sticks out a little bit more, so that's completely up to you whether you want to do that or not. Another thing that they have is they have something that's called basically you become a monthly user, and that will cost $9 US a month. And there are quite a lot of benefits actually to becoming a monthly user. So it's $9, but you get access to more jobs. They will show your profile more, okay? And it's lower cost for you to actually, there's less fees that Latium will charge you whenever you actually get jobs on, all right? So it might be worth it for you to pay that $9 a month so that you can get more exposure, more people can actually find you. Because the reality is that the only problem with freelance websites, and it's not just Latium, it's all the other ones as well, like Freelancer, Fiverr, Upwork, they're all very similar, okay? The main problem is if you become a freelancer and you have zero experience and you've never used a website like this before, what will happen is, let's just say you have a bit of digital marketing experience, right? And you want to show people how to create a social media account like Facebook, or you want to become a virtual assistant, for example, okay? The problem is that if you're just getting started, your job might not rank on the first page depending on what people are searching for. So if I search for something like virtual assistant, for example, right? If you have a brand new account, it's going to be more difficult for you to rank at the top. So it's going to be difficult for people to find your actual job listing, if that makes sense, okay? So because of that, if you're just brand new, you might want to consider becoming a monthly customer of Latium, because they're going to give you higher rankings. They're going to show your profile a little bit more. So yes, it is $9 a month, but that's not that much money for you to get exposure to the jobs, if that makes sense. So it becomes like a little bit of an investment, right? So you can try that out for the first month, see if you are getting jobs. You can also post more jobs than 5 jobs by becoming a monthly member of Latium. And it might be worth paying that $9 because it means that you can post more jobs, more people will see your jobs, which means that you get to actually work more jobs, okay? The big problem is sometimes if you're 100% free, you're not going to get the right exposure, you're not going to be able to pick up jobs. And if you don't pick up jobs, then what's the point of joining a freelance website? Does that make sense? So something for you to consider, but again, completely up to you, all right? So you can see here that, for example, the pro account, that's basically someone paying $9 a month to become pro, okay? And it kind of stands out, and you can see that the ranking is quite high. I actually typed out virtual assistant, but they popped up for high graphic 3D NFT work, and they're charging $520 for that. Okay, so yeah, a cool little website for you to get started. If you want to start digitizing some of your income, I think it's a great way to do that. Just like all the freelancing websites, this is one of the legitimate ones. There are some big ones, and this is fairly big. It's not as big as, say, freelance websites like freelancer.com or guru.com or fiverr.com. Those are some very big ones. Latium is a little bit smaller, but it still does have quite a decent amount of traffic. So if you want to get started, I might start here because it might be easier for you to actually get jobs on a website like Latium compared to very, very competitive websites like Freelancer, Upwork, and Fiverr. Those are quite difficult to actually get rankings for your actual listings if you're brand new. If you've been on those websites for a long time, then it's easy to get rankings, but if you're brand new, then it's a lot more difficult, okay? So if you're someone who has a little bit of skills, or even if you don't really have skills and you want to come here, you want to become a virtual assistant, you want to start earning some money on the side virtually, then I highly recommend Latium. It's very, very cool. You can decide to try out the free program, or you can become a pro member or a monthly member for either $12 or $9 a month, completely up to you. It might be worth investing that little bit of money just to get more exposure, so that you can actually pick up jobs and then build some momentum. And the more jobs you pick up, the more reviews that people give you, the more transactions you're making with Latium, the higher your jobs are actually going to be posted inside of the platform, which means that you can pick up even more jobs, okay? But the best idea is for you to just get started, all right? Get started with something like this. At least start to make a little bit of money online, because you do want to virtualize at least a part of your income. You never want to rely 100% on offline income like traditional 9-to-5 jobs, because you never know what's going to happen with the economy. You never know if there's going to be another COVID-19. You need to come online to virtualize some of your income, okay? So if you want to check out latium.org, you can just go ahead and set up a free account at their website, all right? But if you're here right now and you're wondering, well, Aaron, is there a way for me to generate even more income than, say, a part-time freelance job? Because at the end of the day, right, a freelance job is still a job, no matter how you look at it, right? So whether it's online or offline, this job, it helps you to virtualize some of your income, but you're still delivering projects for people all over the world, which means that it still becomes like a 9-to-5 virtual job. right? And your income is going to be severely limited by how many jobs you can pick up and how many hours you get to work in the day. And if you can even pick up jobs, that's kind of the problem here, right? You're gonna have to learn how to build up your profile, and it might take a little bit of time before you rank very high and you start maxing out your schedule every single day to pick up lots and lots of jobs, all right? I think a better way, to be honest, to make money on the internet, and this is how I've been able to do it, is to actually build a business online where you're selling digital products to people all over the world. That way, the only bottleneck is going to be you and how much action you take, right? So it has nothing to do with the website or ranking for jobs and listings. And also, you can still generate sales whether or not you are sleeping, you're traveling, you're sick, you don't feel like working that day, because you've done all the work and you're driving your traffic and your sales through automated software, and you can create a lot of leverage, unlike what you can possibly do on a freelance website like Latium. All right, so the great thing about starting an online business is that your sales aren't dependent on how many hours you put in. Okay, so yes, you got to do the work up front, but once you've done it, whether you're sleeping or traveling or you decide not to work, your systems are still working for you, and you don't necessarily have to be there all the time in order for you to generate sales. Okay, now of course there is a right way and a wrong way to do this. You have to do it correctly. So if you would like to learn how to do that, I've got a free 6-figure workshop that will show you a little bit more about this idea. Okay, it's going to show you how you can leverage the internet and technology to create a business model where you're generating sales to people all over the world. You can leverage tools, software, automation. It's very, very cool. Okay, and I would love to show you how to do that if you're interested in something like that. Okay, all you have to do is just click the link below, register for the workshop, and then check your email and your inbox and your spam folder, because sometimes the registration ends up in your spam folder. Okay, so otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this review of Latium. I hope to see you on the workshop. All the best to you and your business and your money making ventures on the internet. Take care.